Today's video is a look inside the Erin Condren LifePlanner, the vertical layout. Firstly, this planner I won. I participated in a challenge as an Erin Condren affiliate, and I received this planner in a box among other goodies. Over the last couple of weeks, I've reviewed a couple of other Life Planner layouts. I will go ahead and make sure to leave links in the description to those in case you are interested in checking out other Erin Condren planner layouts, especially if you're on a hunt to figure out which planner you're going to use for 2023. I will go ahead and start linking some videos up in some cards up above. Let me start first with the academic planner. If you're interested in checking that out, I'll go ahead and link that up here. Another planner that I reviewed was the Life Planner hourly layout, and that's the planner that I've chosen to be my weekly planner for 2023. If you're interested in checking out that video where I review it, I will link that right here in a card. And I also have a review up for an A5 softbound planner. It is the Etta V design, and if you're interested in checking out that planner, I will link that up here in a card. All right, now that's out of the way. Let me go ahead and start. If this is the first time you're watching a video about life planners from Erin Condren, let me start by letting you know that the Erin Condren life planners always come with a few things. So no matter like which layout you choose, there are similar things among the layouts. So the first thing is it will come with, obviously you get to pick what cover. This is just the cover that it came with. And these covers are interchangeable, so you can swap them out whenever you want. A lot of people change them out like once a month or once a season. Each life planner comes with a snap-in ruler, as well as like a vellum sheet that matches the design that you've chosen. So with Erin Condren Life Planners, you not only get to choose the layout option, you also get to choose the design option. Every year they come up with new designs. And so for 2023, if you're gonna buy your planner in the beginning of the year, the options that you have currently are Colorblends, which is what this planner is, In Bloom, which is like a floral design, Harmony Neutral, and Harmony Colorful. So the planner starts with a nameplate page where you just put your name, and then it turns into just a very pretty spread, which this one is the color blend. So it's this beautiful blend as well as a quote. Next you have the calendar page. And then you have this page that they have listed as a goal is a dream with a deadline. So some people use these for setting goals. Since they are 12 boxes, you technically can use this and set it up like one box per month. In the past, I've used this to pre-plan in a way. Like, okay, for example, if there was an appointment that I need to make, I could just turn to this page and I would have every single box labeled a different month for the year, and then I could quickly write down an appointment, or I can quickly see at a glance when the appointments are without having to actually flip through to all the months of the planner. So that's one way that this can be used for. Another way this could be used for is goals, like it suggests. So if you want to list out what your goals are for that month and then just return to this page on a regular basis to check in with those goals, you could use this to like track like the progress of the goals you have. Let's say you have an overarching goal of to read a certain number of books by the end of the year, then you could maybe use these boxes to list out what book you're reading that month and like how far along you got into it, or if you completed it. It just depends. Like for me, a reading goal that would be like a super stretch would be to read like one book per month. I probably realistically in a whole year, I might read 3 books, maybe 4. I don't know, but some people might use this for tracking habits or like weight loss, or if you're a content creator, you could use this to track like your stats for your platforms. I think I've seen some people also use this to track what sticker kits they're going to use during the year. So if you have them labeled like per month, then you can list out here the like kit number and like week 1, week 2, week 3, and you can also list like the monthly kit that you're going to use for the month spread. I've also heard people using that page for this too. If you have any ideas for how you would use this, I would love to hear what those are, because I am not sure that I'm going to be using these boxes in the way that I have been in the past. I'm kind of changing a little bit on how I like do my pre-planning, and these boxes are now kind of up for me to figure out what I'm going to do with. This spread has like the color blends in the background. Like I mentioned at the beginning, you get to pick the design. So if you want something that's a lot less colorful and more toned down, then the Harmony Neutral option is going to be something that you probably would like to check out. And the In Bloom. The In Bloom has similar colors as the Harmony Neutral. However, I've noticed that like the In Bloom has like the flowers, but it also doesn't have too much color in the pages. I'm sure you can probably look up some other YouTube videos with those designs if that's something you're interested in trying to see exactly what those look like. But the Erin Condren website is pretty good about showing you how some of these main pages look. So if you just go to their site and start building your planner, you'll be able to go through the process of like scrolling through. You can scroll through some images of what the planner pages look like based on what design you choose. So after you have these what they call the goals pages, you turn to just a blank notes page, which is, there's always a blank notes page in front of each of the month tabs. And each month tab is going to have a quote, and all the quotes are going to be the same no matter which planner you get, like which design you choose. Throughout each planner, the quote's the same. And this page is like a cardstock page versus these are just like a regular, and these are 80-pound paper. It's kind of textured a little bit. It's not like super smooth. Really good paper. But I do want to point out that this one page, the tabs are all textured. They're all cardstock. The month view has a Sunday to Saturday and a column for notes. I believe this is 1.5 inches wide. The month view is something that I tend to use to see like my family's entire schedule. A lot of people might not even use this page and just totally skip it altogether. It's just totally up to you how you want to use your planner. But I just wanted to point out that's how I use it. The holidays are already printed in here in a little bit of a lighter ink. Of course, if a holiday isn't relevant to me, I typically white it out, especially because I use this for like my family's main calendar, and I like to keep it as clean as possible. Next, you have just another line page, which a lot of times I use this as like a monthly brain dump. And then you have what they call a dashboard page. And so this dashboard page is broken up into a bigger box here and another one with some bullets and then a line box. And this box down here is dot grid. Last year, in 2022, the only thing I used on this page was this dot grid section, and what I used it for was to track my habits, to track my yoga habit, my daily yoga practice. If you're interested in seeing that, I'll go ahead and link it up in a card so you can check that out to give you an idea on how you could set that up. Even if you're not practicing yoga, it might give you an idea for how you might set up another type of a habit that you want to track throughout the month. Now, this is what the vertical layout looks like. If you are looking at the Life Planner collection and you're trying to decide what you want, this is going to be the main difference between the planners, is going to be this particular week layout. So what's going to remain the same no matter what other layout you choose, whether you pick like an hourly layout or like a horizontal layout. I don't have a video on a horizontal one, but if you pick the horizontal or the hourly as opposed to the vertical, then everything you've seen so far is going to be the exact same. The only thing that will be different is how these week pages look. And because this is the Colorblends, this one has the color headings and a little bit of shaded color down here in this box. But some of the other versions, there's no color here, and it's just like a white box. It's kind of line. It's not see how this doesn't have like a line. It just has the color. I think the way the other ones are, there's no color, but rather than it looking like a completely empty box, it has some lines, black lines, same as this, that indicate where the header is to separate the sections. So actually, fun fact, when I first started using Erin Condren in early 2021, I picked up a 8x10 softbound planner that was in this vertical format, and this is what I was very familiar with for a while until I switched out of that planner about mid-year. And what I did typically was I would list out here the appointments or other like top priority things for the day, and I would use this second box for blog and work related things, and then this last box would be like home stuff. I also at one point was like using this for my yoga, like I use this like a personal section, and I would write what my yoga practice was going to be, because in 2021 is when I started my like daily yoga journey, and in the very beginning months I was doing a 30-day challenge, and so I was planning in here like day 1, day 2, day 3, like that. And now I don't do that on a daily because I already have that habit ingrained in me, but that's kind of how I used it. I separated it in that sort of a way where it's like personal, work, and home. And sometimes I would use this bottom area to put like the weather. I know some people will do like meals down here, but it's really versatile in how you use it. The only thing is these are not lined boxes. It is lined down here, and they're like dash. They almost look kind of like dash, how light they are, but there is no line here. It's just blank. The holidays are always going to be listed over here on top of the days, and the months are going to all coordinate. So you see how for Erin Condren the color for December is a green, and then once it turned January, which fell on a Sunday, that's why this column is like a bluish purpley color. And then this is how it looks when it's like a full blend in the Colorblends version. Again, other designs are going to look different, but if the Colorblends option is what you are looking for, I will go ahead and keep flipping through, and I'll speed this up so you can kind of see how the colors blend throughout the months, in case that's something that you are looking to consider in helping you decide if this is the layout that you want. Now, as I get to the end of this planner, I want to show you what it comes with once in the back pages. So after the year ends, the weekend, then you have 2 line notes pages. Actually, this one has a few more line notes pages. I'm guessing that's standard. you can't add notes pages anymore to the life planners. That used to be an option, but this seems to have enough. Let me think. 1, 2, if you don't count these, technically it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you have your Heritage and Awareness Observances page. And then you have a contacts page. And then you have a cool little calendar for 2024. This is great for planning like in the future. So if there's something that you have on the schedule that is for 2024, then you can go ahead and start using this section down here to list out some stuff. Or if like a party gets planned or a wedding gets planned, and you can go ahead and do that. I actually heard an idea from Kristen Kramer, and I'll go ahead and link that video in the description where I heard her talk about this. But she mentioned how what she likes to do on these pages is she likes to use a sticky note. And I don't have like a fresh notepad right here, but I have like a written on sticky note that you could just stick a sticky note on here and for each of these months, and then it would make it really easy when the end of the year comes and you're transitioning into your new planner. You could just pop off that sticky note and pop it into your new planner in the appropriate month that it belongs to. I thought that was like a really good idea that she pointed out, and I wanted to make sure to mention it here in case it freaks you out to actually like write something down on these lines, that far in advance. Another option though, if you don't want to do that, is to get yourself some friction pens, and these are erasable, so you could write on it, and then if something changes you could just erase it if it gets canceled or if it gets moved or something like that. So that is another great option there. So the last page is just, a quote, and it has information about Erin Condren. And then you have a couple of sticker sheets that are going to coordinate with whatever design that you've chosen. So that's why these are all colorful and color blendy, and these are cool. You also, when you buy a life planner, you will also receive like a little welcome kit that'll come right here in the back pocket, and it'll have in it some cards and some coupons for you to use towards a future purchase. There should be 2 coupons in there for 20% off, so make sure you don't throw those out. And then you get a pocket folder, and the pocket is 2-sided. And then you also get, with each life planner, you get a perpetual calendar. There's also a section in the back of the calendar. So you have like every month, and then I think there's like only 1 or 2 pages for contacts. Yeah, just 1 page for contacts, 1 page for important contacts, a page for important passwords, and then you have a list of all the holidays and dates. Now I think this is really interesting because it kind of lets you know when certain dates fall on and help you just kind of know. Although a lot of this stuff is going to be in the planner itself already. A lot of people don't really know how they're going to use their perpetual calendar, but I have one that is set up with birthdays and anniversaries in it. So if anybody has a birthday in my family or my friends in like January or February, the whole year, I will write down their birthday on the coordinating day in here, and then I keep this in the back of in the pocket in the back of my planner. And so when I go to set up my month, I can just pull this out and open to that month and see what all birthdays are going to be happening this month. And so that way this information is written down in one place, and I don't have to rewrite it in multiple places. That's actually something that some people use, those goal pages in the front. I'll go back to it. Those goal pages in the front. Some people I know use this for birthdays. They use this for listing out the birthdays. But if you have this, then you technically don't need to put the birthdays on here, because then you could just write it in here. And this book is not dated for like any year. And so you can just, when you move into your next planner, this is still good. You don't have to rewrite all the birthday information again. So that's just something to think about when you think about like how you might use your perpetual calendar. I'm actually going to be using this one this year to track my yoga, and I will likely do a video about that. The reason I'm moving out of writing it on this dashboard page as opposed to and moving it over into here is because I don't ever take my planner with me to my room at the end of the day, and I typically do my yoga at the end of the day before bed. And what I've been doing is I've been writing down on like a sticky note how long my practice has been, and then I've been later transferring that information over to here. And I figured it probably makes more sense for me to have like some kind of a like thing, like this calendar is small enough and can just sit right there next to my bed. And I could just, once I'm done with my practice, I can open it and quickly jot down how long my practice was that day. And that would be an easier way for me to log it. And that way I'm not like writing it more than once. I'm only writing it one time. And then at the end of the year, I'll have like one log in this whole book of my yoga practice. So I thought I'd share that. And I think I started to say that if you want to see me kind of go through that journey, I will make sure that I do a video setting that up and showing like how I'm going to do that. You can go ahead and make sure you're subscribed so you can see that and get notified when that video goes out. And if you want to see other, life planner videos that I've reviewed on this channel, again, I'll link them in the description, and I will pop one of them over here for you to check out, and I'll see you next time. Bye.